There's a golf course in northern Florida that's unlike any other. It's a course that measures over 6,800 yards, with some of the most treacherous real estate on the PGA Tour. It's the Tournament Players Club in Jacksonville, headquarters of the PGA Tour. And the TPC is the Tour Players' own championship. It was the first course designed with the golf spectator in mind. The most talked about feature of the course is the signature hole, the Island Green at 17, where over 250,000 golf balls have found their final resting place. While the course is known for its treachery, the tournament has been known for its champions. Jack Nicklaus won the first TPC and 2 others. Lanny Watkins took the title in 1979. Lee Trevino copped the crown the next year. Jerry Pate christened the new course with a win and a dip in the water. 2 years ago, Calvin Peete set the tournament record of 14 under. And last year, Larry Mize lost a 4-shot lead on the final 8 holes, allowing John Mahaffey to claim the championship and the 10-year tour exemption that comes with it. Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome to the Tournament Players Championship. Mark O'Mara still atop the leaderboard at -13. Sandy Lyle, Jeff Sluman, and Scott Simpson all at -12. Just one behind, then Greg Norman at -11, and Paul Azinger at 10 under par.
CBS Sports proudly presents the PGA Tour from the Tournament Players Club at Sawgrass in Jacksonville, Florida. CBS Sports presents the 1987 Tournament Players Championship, sponsored by
Players Golf Club has been taken apart by the new breed. 1 under par made the cut where par was once considered to be excellent. The course, in fact, is fighting for its reputation. But the players are attacking, and par is in deep trouble. Weather has been the story all week long. Playing conditions today, temperature of 71 degrees, humidity 90%, winds south-southeast 8 miles an hour. There is a chance, as the afternoon goes by, of thunderstorms. Now let's meet the gentleman who will be reporting, hopefully, the action in today's final round.
I'm Gary McCord. I'll be covering 2 holes today. The first, the 12th hole, the shortest par 4 on the golf course. This hole is characterized by huge mounds on the left, where a drive will have to be positioned right center of the fairway. A short second shot will be over some mounds guarding the left front, bunker in the right front. Also, the 14th hole, probably the hardest hole on the golf course. This hole has got mounds on the right, lagoon on the left, waste bunkers. It's got pampas grass everywhere. It's got a stand of trees on the left, stand of trees on the right. Second shot will be a medium iron into a green that's guarded by bunkers on the left, pot bunkers behind and in front of the green.
And I'm Steve Melnick, and I'll be covering 2 holes on the back 9 as well. The first is the 11th hole, a par 5 that the longer hitters in the field can reach in 2. For those that aren't quite as long, they can lay up down the right-hand side or the short side and play a longer 3rd shot, or they can be more aggressive and play down the left side, which leaves a much shorter 3rd shot for this firm, plateaued green. And I'll be at the 15th hole, a generous landing area protected by a waste area down the right-hand side. This green, like so many here at the TPC, is well protected by bunkers left, potholes right. It'll take a good second shot to set up a birdie.
I'm Vern Lundquist. I'll be covering the 16th hole. This well could be the pivotal hole in the back 9. It's a short par 5, a dog leg to the left, ranked the easiest hole on the golf course. A well-placed tee shot will open up the possibility of going for the green in 2, but that's when the test of a player's courage begins. The water you see on the right side can come into play, and often does. And there are bunkers which guard this very small green, and water on the side as well as behind. Nevertheless, birdie is always a possibility.
I'm Ben Wright. I'll be reporting the play from the 2 inward par 3s. The 13th hole of 180 yards is a most beautiful short hole with water all the way down the left-hand side, protecting the lower of the 2 tiers on the green. And I'll be at the 17th hole, a signature hole at the TPC, 135 yards, par 3. Usually crusty and windswept, a most difficult target, but this year as soft and welcoming as a dartboard in an English pub.
And I'm Pat Summerall. I'll be covering the action on 2 holes on the backside as well. Number 10, 395-yard par 4. Distance is not a factor. Direction is. Huge bunker on the right-hand side of the green and huge waste areas on the left. I'll also be at 18, a 440-yard par 4, water down the entire left-hand side. Distance and direction off the tee are absolutely essential if you expect to make par, and that's a good score here. Now let's check the leaderboard in the 1987 Tournament Players Championship. Mark O'Meara with a one-stroke advantage over Sandy Lyle, Jeff Sluman, and Scott Simpson. Craig Norman has moved back to -11, and Paul Azinger has moved up to that figure, -11. Tied with Mark Wiebe, Tom Kite, Tom Pertzer. And then Brad Fable, Tommy Nakajima, who got off to a hot start today, and Ben Crenshaw, all at -8. Again, good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall. Welcome to our coverage of the final round of the 1987 TPC. I guess if you had to pick one big story, my analyst, of course, is Ken Venturi, as usual. Ken, I guess it would have to be weather.
There's no doubt. Rain, and then more rain. And that's been the big factor, the delays, the interruptions from lightning and the rain. The players have taken a time to play, but it has not affected the play. If you think about the scoring here, you've got 1 under par to make the cut, the lowest of all. 11 under par led after 36 holes. The tournament record being 14 under, and that has been tied after 54 holes. And when you look at the golf course and how tough it is, and you look at these players, you realize how good they are.
Is it fair to say that the lack of wind and the presence of rain has made the course a little bit easier?
If they want to play here and you had a choice, you would definitely take a little bit of rain, but you don't want a lot of wind.
Well, it's sprinkling right now, but we'll be right back with the action. And the TPC of 1987 with Mark O'Meara leading at -13, Lyle, Sluman, and Simpson all one behind.
Now, Pat, he just gave it a go. The putt's supposed to move a little bit left to right, but hit him in that strong, and it just couldn't take the break.
And with the moisture, that cuts a little bit out as well. He's had a couple of chances. He could well be in a tie for the lead right now.
He's been up and down. He started off strong, making some birdies, missed some easy putts for birdies, then made a bogey, and turned around birdied 9. So he's been up and down. If he could eliminate the bogeys, he could very well be leading or tied at the lead anyway.
As it is, this is for par, and he's only 2 behind the leader, Mark O'Meara, who has dropped back to -13.
That is well over 3 feet, and it will not break much. Right in.
Coldly in. And Greg Norman remains 2 behind the leader, Mark O'Meara, who is at -13.
The greater Jacksonville area is proud that it will soon become home to Northeast Florida's first nonprofit drug and alcohol treatment center for adolescents, the Nancy Reagan TPC Village. Along with its superior quality of life, Jacksonville is known as a national leader in the area of healthcare services. The Nancy Reagan TPC Village, which will be funded by PGA Tour tournaments, players, corporate sponsors, and staff, further enhances that reputation and reinforces the fact that in Jacksonville, the commitment is to the people. This message furnished by the PGA Tour.
That's the way the situation stands at the moment. Mark O'Meara -13, Sandy Lyle, Jeff Sluman, and Scott Simpson all just 1 behind, and then Norman and Azinger at -11. Let's go back and recreate, Ken Venturi and myself, how those players got into those positions. Here's the second hole, 511-yard par 5.
This is his third shot. He pushed it to the right and left himself just that putt for birdie.
Now the birdie putt. That put him at -11. Here's Mark O'Meara, who has the outright lead. He was tied for the lead when this final day started.
He was over the green in 3, used the putter coming up the hill, a very good choice of clubs, puts himself about 4 feet away, but that will be for par.
This was recorded earlier, front 9 action. This is the par 3 third, Greg Norman's tee shot.
162 yards, hole on the left side of the green, bringing right to left, and look at this. Almost a 1, not more than 6 feet away with an opportunity for a birdie 2. That could put him 12 under.
Here's that birdie putt for Norman at 3. One of those many chances we talked about.
This to go 12 under par.
And Burns the top side again. He's just hitting it through the break, and it's just staying there. It makes par. And what an opportunity missed there, Pat.
4th hole, 360-yard par 4. Norman's second shot.
He drove way to the right, but he had an excellent shot coming here, playing right to left above on that swale, and watch it come down the hill. How perfect can you play a golf shot?
That is a treacherous green. Now Norman for birdie.
Dead center, and now he does go to 12 under par.
That time, Greg, Norman looked as if he might roll right past everybody. Now Sandy Lyle's second shot at that same par 4 4th.
Definitely have to bring it in from right to left of where the pin is today. And comes right back. Look at this.
A couple of classy shots there, huh?
He pulled a string on that one. Put it by about 8-10 feet.
Lyle for birdie at 4.
And Lyle goes to 13 under.
Now Scott Simpson at the 4th for birdie.
This would be for the outright lead. And remains at 14 under. He makes that putt for par.
Now Norman at 6. This long putt for par.
Missed the green. And just misses that putt, but that will be a tap in for bogey at number 6. So his opportunities are slipping there.
He bogeyed 7 as well. Now Simpson at 7. His 3rd shot out of the waste bunker.
From bunker to bunker. And he goes to this hole and makes double bogey.
So Mark O'Meara still has the lead. That is, of course, the signature hole. The 17th. Back to 10, Jeff Sluman. He's 12 under, just 1 behind.
Oh, what a good shot.
That's good.
That is back to live now, and that is a long green, Pat. That green is 100 feet long from front to back. It's almost 2 separate greens, and when you put the pin in the far right, you've got to come over the bunker, and there's not really a lot of green to work with. This hole mainly is get position off the tee. It's not a driver hole. You want to get out there about 250 and leave yourself about 145 yards to the hole. Position is everything.
Hall, Azinger in that group, both of them. Azinger and Sluman went to Florida State, which is in Tallahassee. So the Seminoles are well represented.
You look at this group, Pat, with Sandy Lyle 12 under, Sluman 12 under, Azinger 11. There are 10 or 12 players that you just can't count out here. Anybody gets a hot hand and they can come right through the group and win the tournament.
Azinger birdied 5 out of the last 6 holes yesterday. He just came firing right out of the pack to put his name on that leaderboard.
5 out of the last 6 will bring you out of someplace. I know that.
Bring me out of a deep sleep.
You'll find it now that the speed of play on the last 9 holes here with everybody close, it'll just slow down a hair. You take a little more time, look at it a little closer, because the last 9 here has no mistakes.
Hurry.
Let's put that in the fair group. That's not an easy shot when the ball lays down and that close. You can't get as much club on the ball, and it's very difficult to get the ball close. Any place within 3.5 feet is a pretty good shot.
Sandy Lyle is the other member of the group. Lyle, Sluman, and Azinger. Lyle has this for birdie for a share of the lead.
Lyle started the day off at 12 and immediately bogeyed the first hole to go back to 11. Got it back up again, but now he's even par for the day. Got to hit it. Had it on track. Good lag there. Despite all the rain, Pat, I think the conditions of the golf course is absolutely phenomenal.
I think best ever, without question.